Because that's how fucking stupid it is.
So explain to me this movement.
My man said a beta uprising, dude.
It's basically a movement of angry incels, such as myself, who are unable to get laid. Therefore, we want to overthrow the Chads, which would force the Stacys to be forced to reproduce with the incels.
Right. Okay. When you say incels,
involuntary.
By the way, that's part of the reason why. That's part of the reason why incels are like so into tradcath lifestyles, because they believe that if we were to go back to traditional lifestyles, then women would be forced to have sex with them. Like back in the day, incels would get laid. You know what I mean? That's real. That's the reason why incels are always so hyper. Like that's part of the reason why they also find themselves in right-wing circles and believing in right-wing shit. That's part of the reason why they want to be Nazis and stuff, which is ironic because like there's still going to be, even if you had a white ethno state, like you're still going to have 60-second ads at the top of the hour. And in order to avoid said ads in the white ethno state at the 60-second ads at the top of the hour, you need to subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime, but, you know, it's still coming. Right? You can use a VPN or an ad block, but it's still coming. I'm going to come, said the 60-second ad at the top of the hour. Here's the outbreak now. No, but what I was saying is, even in a white ethno state, like there's still going to be the 2080 like Pareto principle. It's just going to be like the white Chads fucking all the white Stacys. And you're still going to be a fucking loser.
Celibate.
So that's just a short form for fellas who
can't get laid.
Can't have sex. Right. Okay. And what happened in the Elliot Rogers uprising? What did he do?
I know he used a gun as well as a vehicle to convert the life status of certain individuals to death status.
Right.
Only to
like he got too comfortable, okay? Like he got way too comfortable with this guy. Now he's just saying the most unhinged shit. Oh, the life status to the death status.
carry the message that incels can't be oppressed.
Right. So it was an act of rebellion.
Yes.
It was out of frustration and anger.
You could call it an incel rebellion.
Incel rebellion, exactly. Right. Yeah. Okay. So what did you discuss with these guys?
We discussed our frustrations at society and being unable to get laid, and we were plotting a certain timed strikes on society in order to confuse and shake the foundations, just to put all the normies in a state of panic.
Okay, and who would be a normie?
Normie means normal people. That would be anyone who is considered to be normal by the unfair standards of society.
But not the Chads or Stacys.
Chads and Stacys are actually above normies, or at least they think they're above normies.
Of course, yeah. Okay, all right. So is it fair to say you've got Chads and Stacys up here, normies down here, and then you've got celebs who believe that they are being repressed? Incels, sorry.
Yes.
Incels who believe they're being suppressed or repressed.
Yeah, my man says celebs.
And so as a result, to even the playing field.
Yes.
They convert the Stacys and Chads from living to dead, and to
so
make
that we come out on top.
Yeah, more than so. Is there so the targets? Who would the targets for this uprising be?
All of the alpha males.
All the alpha males. So the Chads.
Yes.
So those are the people that you want to kill?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And who else?
Any of the Stacys who do not wish to give their love and affection to the incels.
So they're a target as well?
Yes.
To be killed?
Yes.
Okay, and what about the normies? Normies.
Yes, we don't necessarily wish.
He's just like leaking everything, dude. And as one chatter also pointed out correctly, that he's just excited that he's talking to a human being who knows a little bit about this stuff, who seems interested. He's literally never had this before. Like, every time he talks to his mom and dad about this shit, they probably are like, Alec, what are you doing? Stop saying these crazy things. I swear. I'm going to hit you with the sheep. Alec. So now he's like, for the first time in his life, he has like another adult who's not immediately related to him, who seems to be feigning interest. And that is unique.
To kill the normies, but we do wish to subjugate them in order to make them understand that that our type is the more superior one.
Right. So when you say subjugate, what do you mean by that?
Meaning either imprison them or put them in a lower position in society.
Okay.
So that they acknowledge the incels or the Pepe the Frog types as the more superior ones.
So you're saying things that I'm not familiar with.
So,
anytime you reference this sort of stuff without immediately like using the sandwich method of being like, I'm about to say some cringe shit, this stuff, and then that shit was really cringe, you are automatically committing a war crime. This is the Agent Orange of cringe, okay? You have to sandwich whatever he's describing with many apologies, perhaps even a trigger warning, and also many mentions that like what you were about to say is nuclear levels of cringe. And then once you wrap up explaining it, you then have to go back and be like, what I just explained to you was terrible and psychotic. I would rather die than sound like this person when describing these things.
Sorry.
What's up, Pepe the
but we he's a mascot on 4chan.
He's a mascot?
Yes.
Oh, mascot on 4chan.
Yes.
And
I was using a metaphor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's actually worshipped quite frequently.
Oh, okay. Who did you have conversation with first? Let me ask you that.
Elliot.
So how did you learn of Elliot?
Because we private messaged each other on Reddit.
Yep.
After I saw one of his posts, and we just talked about each other, got to know each other. And
this is a lie, right? Like, he didn't actually meet Elliot Rogers on Reddit.
We found each other very interesting. We both had the same frustrations at society,
right,
despite being separated by distance so far apart.
Right. Did you ever visit him?
No, but I wish I could have.
Yeah. Did he ever come and visit you?
No, but I wish he did.
Yeah. When specifically did you first contact or have contact with Elliot?
January of 2014.
2014. And when did you stop having communication with him?
As soon as he was deceased.
Okay. So his act, I know, took place in 2014, but I wasn't aware of the exact day. What day was it?
May 23, 2014.
May 23rd. Yeah, you said that. So when did you last speak to him?
May 20.
May 20th. And so what did he tell you?
He told me that he has to go. He is on a very important mission, and he might not make it back alive.
And so what did you say to him?
I kind of had an idea in my head of what he was planning, but I didn't want to think it was true at the time. So I replied and said, I wish you good luck with that.
Right on. Okay. And so you last speak to him on March 20th.
May 20th.
I'm sorry, May 20th. 2014.
Yes.
He commits his acts on the 23rd of May.
Yes.
And when did you learn that what he had done?
I saw it on the news later that night.
Later on the 23rd.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you think?
Uh,
The reason why I don't believe he actually met Elliot Rogers or like on the internet and he's just like lying here is because he joined 4chan after the day of the Elliot Rogers Supreme Gentleman like murders. I know he said he met him on Reddit, but how the fuck was he not on 4chan before that?
I thought that I came to the understanding that this is the mission that he had to carry out.
Okay. All right. And anything else?
I felt kind of proud of him for his acts of bravery.
Okay. All right. And what about how you started to change your thinking? Was any of that going on?
I was starting to feel radicalized at that time.
You were. Okay. And when you say radicalized, what do you mean by that?
Meaning I felt it was time to take action and not just sit on the sidelines and to just fester in my own sadness.
Right on. Okay. So what takes place next? As part of this growing radicalization?
To be honest, the planning didn't occur until about a month ago. Most of it was actually just thinking and daydreaming.
Okay, all right. So the thinking and daydreaming, when did that start?
That started about a month after the rebellion in May of 2014.
Okay, so
I mean, so in June I started thinking about this stuff.
And then that continued right up till about a month ago?
Yes, which is when I booked the van with the rider in order to use as a tool for rebellion.
Okay, all right. So take me through that process. What was going through your mind, and what were you thinking when you were doing all of this? What was going on?
I was thinking that it was a time that I stood up to the Chads and Stacys.
Okay. And then, so what happened? Tell me what takes place.
So I booked the van.
Yep.
And then I just simply wait until today.
Yep.
And then I go rent the van, and then I drive it, take it downtown to Toronto.
Okay.
And I just start using it as a weapon.
Okay. All right. And so when you say that, what do you mean by that?
Meaning the vehicle collided with several pedestrians, some of who are no longer alive as a result.
Right. Okay. Can I ask, why were you looking specifically for a truck?
Because it would be large enough to inflict severe damage.
Okay, that makes sense. And in this thinking, what were you thinking specifically?
About how the foundations of the world would be shooken by this event.
Okay. And when you say that, what do you mean by the foundations of this world?
Meaning that I was fairly confident that others would be inspired to repeat the same actions as me, in basically just to overthrow society.
Okay. Now, what are you thinking while you're in the van?
I'm thinking that this is it. This is the day of retribution.
Okay. And anything else in your mind?
Just that. That's the only thing that's in my mind. It's just burning in my mind.
Burning in your mind.
Yeah. I'm thinking that this is it. I see all these people. It's time to go for it.
Time to go for it. And what do?
I floor the pedal.
Yep.
I speed the van towards them, and I allow the van to collide with them.
Okay. And then what happens?
Some people get knocked out of the way. Some people roll over the top of the van.
This man's lawyer must hate him. I think at that point, the lawyer is probably like, honestly, it's best that this motherfucker is going to jail, and Like, I'm just doing my legal duty. I'm just signing paperwork at that point. Especially because it strikes me as the type of dude, like with Elliot Rodgers, he wanted notoriety.
Okay. And then what happens?
I continue doing that until.
This is my client, bro. He's going to jail.
In fact, actually, to be honest, the only reason I stopped my attack was because someone's drink got splashed on my windshield, and I was worried that I would crash the van anyway. So I decided, okay, now I wanted to do more, but I've kind of been foiled by a lack of visibility. So then that's when I turned right, and I saw the cops approaching, so I decided to pull over and get out of my van.
Okay.
His analytical and strategic preparation for the attack, and the attentive precautions he took for each step, shows an individual with a visibly corrupt, yet undeniably balanced mind. He is not insane, and what the detective has got him to divulge in the last hour of this interrogation will prove that in a court of law.
I see a patrol car pull over, and I hear the cops screaming at me to get out, so I get out, and I point my wallet at the cop with the intent for it to be confused with a gun so that I could be fatally shot.
Okay. And was that something you were thinking about?
Yes.
I know. What I'm saying
even
is,
even beforehand, I premeditated as an attempted suicide by cop.
you wanted to be killed by the police.
Yes.
Okay.
Suicidal tendencies are by no means enough to prove insanity on their own, but they can be used to argue detachment from oneself. If a defense team can prove that the defendant's self-interests were of no concern to himself, they can also lessen the perception of wickedness with relation.
This guy had more suicidal ideation than the other Canada cop that we saw that was double vested up when he went on to murder that other cop. Like, he literally did pull his wallet out, make it seem like it was a gun to try and get shot. Forgetting, I guess, that he was in fucking Canada. You know what I mean?
To the lack of concern that he had for others. The detective will now attempt to garner information that the suspect, in reality, did not intend to die that day.
Can I ask why you decided to equip yourself with a wallet and not something else?
I was worried. I was thinking about purchasing a toy gun,
right,
but I was kind of paranoid that for whatever reason, the rental company would ask to see my pockets or any bag if I chose to bring that, so I decided to go as stealthy as possible.
Imagine thinking, like, rental companies are gonna be like, we need to look at your bag. Like, we need to check your bag. In order to use our car, we need to check. I mean, luckily, he was too stupid, but...
So no one suspects anything.
Okay, all right.
The prosecution during his trial will most likely argue that he could have picked up the van first and then retrieved a toy gun afterwards.
Nevertheless, you get out of the van, the officer correct me if I'm wrong, because I want to make sure I get this right. You get out of the van because the officer orders you out?
Yes.
Okay.
He was ordered out of the van at gunpoint. Had he hit the gas at that moment, he would have most likely been shot, and the prosecution can argue that he was in fear of that happening, which is why he complied with the orders.
And you want to die by suicide by police, so you point your wallet at him?
Yes.
Okay. And do you say anything to the officer?
I actually told him that I had a gun in my pocket, which was untrue.
Right.
Then twice I stuck my left hand in my pocket and attempted to do this just to provoke a reaction.
Okay.
Unfortunately he didn't react.
Right.
So then I ended up being ordered to the ground. So I knew at that point he's not going to shoot me. So I've lost. So I had no choice but to just get on the ground.
Okay, so just walk me through this step by step, because I'm a little confused. So you get out of the van, you turn right, you can't see, you hear the police, you know they're coming, you see the police officer approach, you stop your vehicle, you realize this is the end, He orders you out. You get out of the van.
Yes.
Now, your plan was to die by suicide by cop. So, you said you reached into your pocket twice.
Well, actually, originally, I the entire time I was holding my wallet with my right hand, but then when I saw that wasn't working, I reached into my pocket with my left hand and quickly pulled it out and formed my hand into the shape of a gun like this.
Okay.
With the hope that he would panic and shoot me. That, of course, did.
This is like the most idiotic and pathetic thing too. Oh yeah, look at my finger gone. Pew pew.
Didn't happen.
This entire incident was captured on video.
I don't think there's any blood here, so. This motherfucker's crazy for filming this.
These were the two motions that the suspect alleged were for the purpose of provoking a lethal response. They seem convincing, yet notice where the cop was looking and where his gun was pointed at that moment. Eyes looking to the right, away from the suspect, and weapon pointed towards the ground. The assailant most likely knew he wasn't going to be shot. The police officer was on his own, and was incredibly brave to initially confront the suspect without backup. Yet
Wait,
at
what
this
the fuck? Bro, the cop literally... Wait, hold on. The cop literally didn't know, dude. It's just Canada. I swear to God.
moment, he's assessed the threat and recognized there is no need to use deadly force. He wouldn't have taken his eyes off the attacker for even 1 second otherwise. This is further established by the fact that he takes his time to turn off the siren to try and de-escalate the situation. The police officer holsters his pistol and takes out his baton to avoid the use of unnecessary lethal force.
Dude, oh my God, dude. American cops are fucking psychos, dude. Can you imagine? Can you imagine this happening? First of all, like a universe in which a cop is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna de-escalate the situation after this guy killed 10 people. Like, that's crazy, man. He's just like calmly walking. First of all, the moment he starts walking over to him, it's over. He's gonna fucking unload.
Force. As soon as he takes his advancing first step, the assailant immediately gives up. The assailant, who had just purposely inflicted an untold amount of pain and
How is he not beating his ass? It's wild. There's no ass beating occurring here. No shots
suffering
fired.
on so many lives, surrendered at the very first sign that he himself was to encounter any sort of physical discomfort.
And so, realizing that the officer wasn't going to shoot you, what did you do at that point?
I realized I had no choice but to get on the ground because I was probably going to be tackled anyways or tased, and if I'm going to live, I'd rather not encounter a physically painful experience, so I decided I have no choice but to admit defeat at that point.
Right, okay. And so when you say admit defeat, what did you do?
I got on the ground.
Okay. That's quite an experience.
I'm shifting to a reality where cops behave this way.
That is quite a...
Not the usual everyday experience.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Did I miss anything?
I believe that's everything.
Alec, I thank you for talking to me. I really do. I really do. I really appreciate that. You've given me some insight. And
I appreciate it too.
Damn, bro, what are you gonna kiss him?
How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good.
Okay.
Alec Manassian's trial date is set for February 3rd, 2020.
Wait, so this isn't a new one. I guess this is an old JCS video that was recently re-uploaded. You know what the gaming reality you're gonna shift into next? I've been unable to reality shift into some bitches. Dude, I am so tired. What is this guy, Joel Jr.? Yo, there's still homies in the chat after the entire video is done saying, we saw this one already. We saw this one already.
One of
We did not. Okay. Wait, this is just on narcissistic personality disorder? Did you watch the Ratchet and...
PlayStation 5
No, I did not watch
has
the new...
been out for 8 months, but now we are finally getting the first true PlayStation 5 video game, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. When you boot this up, you are going to say, "Oh, look at the PlayStation on these graphics. This game is just beautiful. You got 17.4 octo-quad processors pumping out 300 pixels per gallon, subwoofer mega aliasing with real-time bump maps. Clearly the game you are looking at right now could only ever be possible on the PlayStation 5. Am I right or am I right? Well, Richard, you're never gonna trust me again after this, but you just fell for my biggest trap ever. Again. This is actually the PS4 game from 2016, which is still a spectacular looking game. The Ratchet & Clank series has always been impressive visually. This was true in the PS2, PS3, PS4, and especially so in Rift Apart. Sweeping vistas, numerous reflective...
Dude, I was wondering, like, why don't I remember this mission? That's crazy.
Ever. Again. This is actually the PS4 game from 2016, which is still a spectacular looking game. Sweeping vistas, numerous reflective surfaces, massive scaled action sequences, expressive character animation, the varied humming of different types of ships zooming beneath you. There's a factory with a bunch of bouncy balls and you hit them. You gotta love the sound design on that. It's not just the level of detail, but the variety of locations. Neon-lit cyberpunk cityscapes doused in purple rain, dino jungles with mammoth creatures towering over you, the shattered and scattered mining planet Blizzard Prime. You're really gonna want to take your time and absorb all of the little details in these worlds, especially when you get to Mr. Zarkon's Cantina. This place is just ridiculous. There is so much concentrated detail in this one room. These guys are over here drinking drinks. Wasn't that a sound effect on that drink? This dude is riding a mechanical something. Over here, they're playing Street Fighter on the arcade cabinet. Now look at these little creatures inside the jukebox. Who are these guys? Then you got a sheep sitting at the bar. Of course, you know who this sheep is, right? If you read his bio, turns out that's actually Chairman Drek from the original game. This Cantina part is insane. Sony is really pushing the PS5 solid-state drive as this breakthrough technology, and Rift Apart pulls attention to this with its Rift opening trick where you can seamlessly glide from world to world. This is a cool trick, but Sony, remember all those PS4 games without loading? Uncharted 4, God of War, Red Dead 2, Last of Us 2, these games had one initial load screen and then never again. It was just one continuous experience from that point on. Not every game figured out load times, but you know what game did? The original Ratchet & Clank on the PS2. The load times are almost non-existent. This was 20 years ago. Rift Apart is an excellent looking game, one of the best. But is this game only possible on the PS5? I don't know about all that. Sony Santa Monica recently announced that the next God of War game is still coming to PS4. If the PS4 is still good enough for God of War Ragnarok, shut the fuck up out of here with this. Can't even shut the fuck up. Gameplay. Wait, we're actually going to talk about the game in this video? The gameplay here is solid. It's not exceptional. It's not the true next generation experience. It's just solid. You have a nice variety of shooting, platforming, and puzzles, and a nice variety of weapons like the ice cube gun and the electrocutor and the sprinkler that turns enemies into plants.
The guns were so good.
You can front flip onto a ship while blasting enemies off in midair with your shotgun. Whenever I see a TNT box, I break out the little pistol and get that pinpoint shot off to blow up a whole stack of crates. This never gets old. You can spawn in an entire army of minions to win fights for you. You have snail racing off of Undertale, grapple hooks, wall running, rocket boots that let you tear through every level. Some of the most expensive looking rail grind sequences I've ever seen. Even with all this going for it though, the repetition starts to creep in around the halfway mark. You have dozens of enemies on screen at a time, you have a dash, you pause and pick weapons from a wheel, and your guns chip off parts of the enemy's armor. And that's when I realized I am playing the G-rated version of Doom Eternal. This comparison does Ratchet & Clank no favors, because the combat of Doom Eternal is far more thought out. Every weapon beats nearly every enemy. There's very little strategy.
Oh my god.
here.
I mean, I never played Doom Eternal, but I totally get what he's saying.
There is also a severe lack of variety among enemies, especially for a game that is about going to all these different dimensions, you know? The game just keeps throwing the same mini-bosses at you again and again and again. I must have fought this big robot guy like 10 times and he never evolves as the game progresses. There's a lot of shooting sections, and then you bring up this little robot to play a virus minigame. And now here's some more shooting sections. So let's recap. Graphics? Gameplay? Story? The nicest thing I can say about the story is that it's competent. Most games, on top of being incredibly dumb, are also very drawn out and tedious. Rift Apart is brisk and snappy. Dr. Nefarious, the bad guy who always loses, sucks you into an alternate dimension where he always wins. It's definitely a cool premise that is squandered on very boring characters. The whole fun of the alternate dimension is seeing the characters you already know in a new light, like Skid McMarks. In the normal
Except you see him for 1 second and then never again.
dimension, he's a laid-back surfer dude, but in the alternate dimension, he's a badass secret agent. The alternate versions of Ratchet & Clank,
Like, I really thought that they would come back. And I'm not, like, fond of the Ratchet & Clank franchise or anything. Like, I played a little bit. I mean, I've never played the old ones, I don't think. This is my first time playing it. And there's no, like, you know, there was no callbacks to the characters.
though, are pretty much the exact same characters. They have the same weapons and the same calculatedly inoffensive personalities.
I'm glad you're okay, buddy.
You too, Ratchet.
Be careful out there.
Why do you go to this planet? So you can get a rock. Why do you go to this planet? Because the rock broke. Now you have to fix it. This is the storyline, you guys. There just isn't enough emotional heft here to satiate an entire video game. Ratchet is intimidated by the prospect of finally meeting his lost race of rabbits. Meanwhile, Rivet and
Which was never explored.
Kit both have trust issues they have to overcome. I guess the core idea
was
is
explored more.
uncertainty, which isn't a good fit for a story this formulaic and predictable.
Oh, I apologize.
You feel bad? Even though I just watched your brain diary thingy?
Oh my god, he feels bad even though she was mean to him? Wow.
You okay, Bolts?
You came after me.
Oh my god, she came after him even though she didn't like him before? Oh my god. This game is rated E for everybody.
I find it ironic that Donkey is saying this, but he's like Mr. Baby Games. Remember what I said about it in the end, where I was like, Mario and all those other games, perhaps because of a lack of dialogue, come across more adult than Ratchet and Clank, because Ratchet and Clank actually has dialogue and a plot line that they tried to flush out. That was my ultimate take on the fucking game when I finished it. There was only 9,000 people while I was watching it, while I finished it, so you probably are unaware of what my take was on the game, but I feel like Mario, Zelda, those games, well, Zelda's a little bit different. Zelda is an incredible plot line, but with Mario, like, the lack of a cohesive storyline makes you less aware that it's such a baby game. Whereas in this one, it like slaps you in the face that this is absolutely a baby game.
not E for children only. To really tell an effective story, you need to take the audience through a series of different moods, but Rift Apart seems to only have one setting: loud.
It's me! Take it!
When they aren't screaming or shooting or blowing up stuff, then it's the complete opposite. Now they're too polite. It's like every other line of dialogue in this game is somebody saying thank you.
Thanks for choosing Miss Circles.
Thank you for going to such trouble on my behalf.
Thank you both for freeing my brothers.
Thank you, Ratchet, for helping us.
Thank you.
No, thank you!
In case I do not get another chance to say it,
Don't do it.
thank you.
You piece of shit. They're trying to reach for some emotional moments here, but the dialogue is too sap.
Wait, what the fuck? There's a new... Wait, where'd it go? What is this? What is this spreadsheet, dude? New spreadsheet just dropped, bro. Gamer spreadsheet. Breath of the Wild 1010, Super Mario Odyssey 910, Hades Verbal, favorite indie game. Little Hope, better than Man of Medan. Astro's Playroom, it was kind of fun though. Spider-Man, this game was incredible, but not a full game. Demon Souls, 8 out of 10. Sleeping Dogs, 7 out of 10. Cyberpunk, gave it 2 ratings, 8.5 consider all the glitches, 9.5 consider the glitches didn't exist. Dude, I loved Cyberpunk so much. Disappointing ending for Back for Blood. This shit was tight, was short. Not sure why anyone would pay $60 for this. Bug Snacks, kind of bug, kind of snack. Hitman 3, short, sweet, replayable, wholesome gaming. Resident Evil Village, 7 out of 10. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, 8.5 out of 10.
Happy and congratulatory for it to connect. Everybody's always telling each other how great they are, or just really hamming it up with some corny monologue.
So, what do you think of Clank?
Dude, these were the best parts. These puzzles were so wonderful.
Oh, talented, resourceful? You're good. No, great. So of course he would be too.
Because no matter how many times he screws up, he's always there when it matters most.
I am good at this!
How do I rate this game?
8.5 for Ratchet and Zelda 1010. Breath of the Wild was a 1010 game. It's a literal perfect game, dude. Shut the fuck up if you don't find that to be true. It's so good. I can't believe it doesn't have voice acting in it. Like, it's just nuts.
Well, people love to compare Ratchet and Clank to Pixar. There's even a Toy Story joke in this game. So I will say Rift Apart is like the Cars of video games.
Thank you.
It should be I who is thanking you.
Ratchet and Clank is literally playing a Pixar movie, but as a game. Actually, that's not true because Pixar movies are way better written than Ratchet and Clank as far as like emotional trauma that they subject you to and make you cry and shit.
Cars 2, actually.
Emotional trauma? Yeah, I mean, it does, dude. It's literally emotional trauma. What it subjects you to is actually emotional trauma. When you watch Pixar movies, it's like, or when you watch those sorts of movies, it just makes you sad, makes you want to cry, makes you want to sag. All right, finally, let's look at some LSF shit, dude. There it is. It's time, boys. It's time. And looking at clips from yesterday and shit as well, if there are any. I feel like there wasn't many clippable moments from that. XQC on why he moved out. Police raids daily.
We were getting raided by the police station at rates that made absolutely fucking no sense. Almost every day, the police came to our house with a full squad because of, you know, fucking idiots. Okay, and I was generally scared that I was going to die. And then it didn't make sense to me, and I got so scared I just said I just want to go home. I want to go back to Canada. So I started reaching out to all my friends in Austin and telling them about what was going on.
He's not wrong. This is correct. Like in real life, yes, not RP. Yeah.
Does your dick fit in a toilet roll?
No.
It doesn't fit.
It does not fit in a toilet roll.
Okay, see, and that's what bothers me, because mine does. All right?
Okay.
But I bought an auto blow. Like a machine.
Whoa. You have that? You brought it here?
No, not here.
Okay, okay, good. Continue. What?
I got an auto blow. It's basically a fleshlight that basically like has a ring that goes up and down. That's like supposed to like jerk you off. It's like an.
Oh, pathetic, dude. I have the Arcwave Suckmaster 3000. This bitch, dude, doesn't even have a... He just has an auto blow. Get at my level, dude.
An automatic.
I thought Soda Poppin', 1, had money, 2, was a real degenerate. Absolutely destroyed by my superior degeneracy and also, I guess, more money.
Fleshlight. But the problem is, man, I don't feel it. Like, dude, I've only used it 5 times since I've had it. And I'm telling you right now, like, I can't use it anymore because it's literally depressing. Like, not only is it the cleanup, but I'd be lying to myself if it's also not the fact that it's like, dude, I feel like I'm disappointing the machine every time. Because I think my dick is thin, man. Like, my dick fits in a roll of toilet paper. Yours doesn't. And I've asked around. It's like...
Nick said XC felt pressure to leak stuff about the police raids.
That he felt pressured into leaking information about, like, you know, police raids and shit because people just kept accusing him of going to Canada for gambling. You know, like, that shit's been happening behind the scenes, and I really didn't even want it on the internet. I didn't want people to know about it. I truly did not. Because the more people know about it, the more people are going to try and do it.
And the more validation that you give to the fucking sick freaks. That's the worst part. Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to keep it under wraps. But, you know, he felt pressured by, you know, whoever to, you know, spill the beans. But it is what it is what it is. You know, it's an awkward situation. It really is. And I'll be honest, like, we've been doing some fun content out here in LA. Super hilarious, great content, by the way, just top notch. Mm-hmm. But, you know, all Reddit seems to care about is just hating on as many gambling things as they can. If, you know, Pokimane talks about gambling, there are 1,000 comments thread, you know, everyone's just all upset about that shit. That he felt.
Can you explain what's going on? Well, the XQ thing is separate. Like, him moving to Canada has nothing to do with gambling. Or I didn't even know if he was finally moving to Canada, but I did know about, like, you know, the raid and doxing and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just like when you're a content creator, it's like a weird duality where it's like even when you even when you're getting like fucked over behind the scenes, like you can't really reveal it because you don't want to give those people the satisfaction.
We're gonna need another guy. We need a sexy chocolate.
Sexy chocolate.
Sexy chocolate. Come on, man. I can see you. You're not sure everybody can see you, bro. Come on. Go in the middle. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. It's too easy.
Music slaps.
Let me get one more guy.
Damn, this is literally Sleeping Dogs soundtrack right here.
come on, brother. Yo. Yeah. The guy like he looks, he's from Hawaii. All right, we have everything we need. Now, can everybody please?
Sexy chocolate. And MP Law dance moves in LA.
Here we go. Let's go, bro. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, he's good. That was good. Okay, go back. You're good, sir. Let's go, bro. Do whatever you want. All right, sir.
God damn, dude. Nick gets jumped IRL.
When I say make some noise, you guys make some noise. All right, guys? When the music starts, everybody please stop.
Damn, they had so much fun, dude. What the fuck? Yo, I don't know how the fuck was Soda with them this morning? Was he with them this morning? That's fucking psychotic, okay? That is absolutely insane. I do not know how this man woke up and did this shit, okay? I have no idea. Dude, I fucking passed out. I didn't wake up until like 11:30, dude. I woke up at 11:30. And you guys know, I wake up. You guys know, I wake up at 6:30 every morning. 6:30 every morning, like on the dot. Sometimes I wake up before the alarm clock. I didn't even go to fucking Universal Studios today because I was like, I'm fucking dead. I'm probably going to end stream early today. I'm so insanely tired. Oh, because I'm older than them. That's probably why. Like after doing like the bull riding, like my fucking forearm, my right forearm hurts. There's like parts of my body that hurt from falling a bunch of times. You know what I mean? Like different parts of my body hurt. Yeah, Nick didn't go out last night. Nick is older than you? Yeah, he didn't go out last night. Smart. Because he wanted to do this.
Clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands. DJ, drop the beat. Everybody clap your hands. When I say make some noise, y'all make some noise. You guys don't move. Here we go. Everybody make some noise.
Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? This dude is so compact and so... He's got hella pops, like it's crazy.
We made it.
This music is sick too. I would die if I did this. I couldn't even go to fucking Universal Studios in the middle of the day, let alone wake up that early in the morning. That's crazy that those guys are all out right now. Nick, Milena, and Chance find the actual GTRP location while real life clap.
You played GTRP? This is literally the pier.
I mean, it is. I've said this so many times that like Los Santos is so... It's freaky how close it is to real life Los Angeles in many places.
Where you pick up the boat?
This is literally the pier.
Yeah.
Where Felix sends his cars, his police cars.
I
the
cannot
Kraken.
believe LA watches Felix's streams.
I know they stream sniped him. LA stream sniped him and made this.
It blows my mind. That's how big streamers are.
This is
now.
literally it, dude. I can't believe it. Because where you park the car, this is crazy. Oh my god.
We could have.
You played GTRP?
True. It's wild. And MP Law, Milena reveals the truth behind her relationship.
Did it? I wonder when people are gonna find out that I'm just a cover up,
For
and
what?
that they've actually been together for 10 years.
The whole time? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe they'll announce it today.
Who else is there?
fanfic.
Maybe they'll announce it today. Hey, can you guys hold hands real quick?
Cutie, of course. Literally everyone that did not go out last night except for Soda, who I don't even know how he fucking managed to do this, is not there.
Just hold hands real quick.
For the fanfic I'm writing.
Ludwig was there too? Ludwig went with them? Really?
Cover art.
Wow, this is great. Okay.
No, right? There you go. No shot. No shot. No. I'm telling you, dude, it's like physically impossible, dude. I went to sleep. No, they linked up probably at Universal. I went to sleep at like 4 a.m. last night because they all left right before the club closed. They all got an Uber and left right before the club closed. We had to spend an extra hour trying to get a fucking Uber, walking for like an hour in Hollywood.
You can let go now.
Oh.
I fucking told you.
Chance just giggles. Aww.
Did it.
Dude, I'm a boomer, man. I'm a boomer. I'm straight up a boomer. XQ Cow, the real reason for going back to Canada. Didn't he just mention?
I'll take full accountability. Okay? I did it to myself, okay? By gambling in the first place. I can't really give you guys any proof, okay? But the main reason why I wanted to move back to Canada in the first place a month ago, before any of this even happened, okay? We were getting raided by the police station at rates that made absolutely fucking no sense. Almost every day, the police came to our house with a full squad because of, you know, fucking idiots, okay? And I was generally scared that I was going to die. And
he's not lying about this. I know the behind the scenes.
Then it didn't make sense to me, and I got so scared I just said I just want to go home. I want to go back to Canada. So I started reaching out to all my friends in Austin, and I telling them about what was going on.
We already watched this. Malena puts on the Canute accent. Oh my god.
Hello. How you doing? I'm okay. Is it okay if I film? It's okay. Thank you.
I want to buy some sunglasses. Just something else. Do you have any sunglasses?
Is it okay if I can film?
Oh, you should get some.
I need to do film here.
Get some cool ones.
Wait, Chance, you walk right by it.
I would like to film this fjord.
I did?
Yes, right here. Sorry, he's hungover.
I literally am. I kind of like the pink shades, man.
Look at these ones. They're bigger. They kind of fit your face. Oh no, they had that weird bar across.
Oh, you remember the heart ones? Actually, had those are notorious.
Look at these ones.
Hello.
Indie Fox has been banned. What the fuck happened this time? Do we know? What'd she do? This is her 6th ban. Link me the clip that got her banned. Link me the clip, please. In before one day ban, Twitch saying it was a mistake. Damn, nobody knows why she got banned. No one knows. This entire thread is people being like, why did she get banned? Huh? Maybe they just like accidentally banned her because they're so used to it. Nick's secrets are lasting longer in bed.
So what I used to do,
I was talking to them about this last night.
Back before me and Melania used condoms, is back when I was raiding like World of Warcraft, I would go over the fights in my head, the mechanics of each boss, and by the time I'd get to the final boss, it'd be time to finish.
Yeah,
so I'd go over each phases. If you're thinking about that, you're not thinking about how great this feels and how this is the best time of your life.
Nick loves you. I love them, dude. They're sick. They're fun as fuck. Seer shares a touching moment with chat.
But out of all of these things, chat, do you know what's the best thing out of all of them? Aside from the money.
Dude, my man's room looks like a Rust room. Like, what the fuck? He's got one big box for inventory. He's got a katana and a bed. It literally just looks like... It looks like a Rust room, dude. He built a 2x2 base.
Aside from all the nice things, the nice restaurants, the relevancy, the fucking chaos of it all, getting recognition from all my favorite streamers, do you know what the best thing is, chat? At the end of the day, it doesn't have anything to do with that. It doesn't have anything to do with any of the money or any of the superficial things. You know?
It's about white people.
You know who it
pussy.
is. And go ahead, say it in chat. Because you know who it is. Give credit where credit is due. Ladies and gentlemen.
What's he gonna say?
Clint Stevens followed me on Twitter yesterday.
Pog. Clint Stevens doesn't follow me, I don't think. Let's see. Does he? Let's see. Oh, never mind. We follow each other. Never mind. I was gonna say I don't think he follows me, but saved. We're good. He's not getting canceled. Fuck yes, here. Soda Poppin explains how to turn banana into a fleshlight.
Bought one. I bought a fleshlight.
Yeah.
And
Email Clovis?
no, it wasn't. It was back when I was like 18. Right when I turned 18, I was 16. I was 16. My parents got me a $200 Visa card for Christmas, and the first thing I did was book a fleshlight. I bought a fleshlight, and it came, and I like had to. The thing about the fleshlight is you got to warm it up in the sink.
Yeah.
And that's a pain in the
You don't
ass.
have to.
I know you could do it cold, but that's a little weird. You know what I mean?
Not that weird.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a matter of the cleanup. Dude, you know what you
I've
could
never
do?
used one
All
of
right,
these.
take a banana.
Yeah.
All right, cut off about a third of it,
Right.
or depending on dick size.
Right.
And then you squeeze out all of the mushy. You just need the
Right.
peel. Only need the peel.
Really?
Right?
I've done this before.
Microwave.
So really? Wow.
This is so degenerate. Like, dude, just eat the boner. Eat the banana. Like, I'm telling you, it works. Now, with that being said, microwaves are more powerful than you think.
Yeah.
Only microwave it for literally 5 seconds.
Because
That's all you need.
Do you check it first?
I burnt my dick. I was like, well, I microwave a Hot Pocket for 2 minutes. Bro, put it in, it's like...
Hot one.
Oh my god. If you burned your dick, that would be terrifying. T-Pain catches a guest sneaking selfie in 4K.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. I swear to God. I promise to God I didn't mean to do that, bro. You know I don't do that. You know I don't even get down like that, bro. Come on, dog. You know I don't even get down like that, motherfucker, man. Don't even play me like that, bro. You know I don't even do that, bro.
4K. I get you, bro. Do it up, my nigga. Whatever makes the gram hot, bro. You go ahead, my dude. Do your thing, bro.
God damn, who invented this shit, man? I did not touch nothing that said turn the light on, dumb ass. What the
big gap.
Oh, I did not mean
Most wholesome streamer on the platform. Soda applies his famous rank 1 pickup line. However, this reveals that Soda not gay? ? Yeah. Soda and Nick dancing at GTRP IRL. I love this song. I kept telling everybody at the G4 event that didn't know who Soda Poppin was that he was a famous TikTok dancer. And that he was a Fortnite streamer, and that he invented the Fortnite L dance. This solidifies it. Like, if they had seen this, now they're gonna see this video and be like, "Oh shit, it wasn't a lie."
Dude, that's the coolest song I've ever heard.
What's that, dude? And the earring.
Oh look.
What happened to you?
How do people not know who Soda is? I mean, if they're never on Twitch, why the fuck would they know? I didn't know who Soda Poppin was until I got on Twitch. Nick donates $100 to the sexy chocolate guy.
It's even better. So we're gonna start the gentleman from here. Oh my God, $20! Yo, make some noise. $20! No, wait. That was too easy. $60! Make 100. $80. Everybody make some noise. $100.
Damn, that's wealth right there.
Sir, where you from?
Under polemism, though, if these guys ever did a crime, he would throw them in the meat grinder, and they don't even know.
Texas. Everybody make some noise for... Wait, no. Wait. I heard everything's bigger in Texas. Give us another $200. Okay, that's good. Make some noise for Texas, Joe. Come on, hard.
See, the moment that they added on to the scam and asked for more money, boom, meat grinder. Vosh